course, all of our beloved guests here today, for none of this would be possible without you. Give it up for yourselves and all of the hosts who made this event possible today. At this forum today, we have approximately 1,000 government officials, leaders of non-governmental organizations and youth organizations from all over Asia, from Indonesia, Malaysia, Singapore, Thailand, Myanmar, East Timor, and Cambodia. I hope all of you are as excited as I am for this event to take one step closer in achieving world peace. Let me begin by introducing some of our distinguished guests for this event. Please give each of them a big and a loud round of applause as their names are called. Beginning with the hosts of this event, he has been working for world peace with a realistic answer, making world peace, which was once only a dream for so many people, now into a reality. Please welcome the chairman of HWPL, Chairman Man Hee Lee. Traveling the world endlessly to bring world peace into reality. And with him today, we have the two wings of HWPL. We have IWPG, the International Women's Peace Group, and IPYG, International Peace Youth Group. Now let us welcome the chairwoman of IWPG, Chairwoman Hyun Suk Yoon. And also, we have the General Director of IPYG, Mr. Young Min Chung. Let's give all of our hosts another big round of applause. Now we will continue by introducing the guests from each country. Please welcome all of them as well with a big round of applause. First, we have His Excellency Chin Malin, Cambodia Under Secretary of State of Ministry and Justice, and also the Vice President of Cambodian Human Rights Committee. Next, we have His Excellency Heng Ratana and Mr. Chie Pav, Secretary General of the Senate of Cambodia. We have His Excellency Mr. Lee Sina, Vice President of the Cambodian Human Rights Committee. Mr. Siddharto Danusubroto, Presidential Advisory Council from Indonesia. We have Mr. Palindungan Purba, Chairman of the second session of Regional Representative Council from Indonesia. We have Mr. Malaysian Moan Tiru Gamanasam Pandam, the owner of Khmer Times. We have Mr. Wong Hong Wei, a DAP member of the Parliament of Malaysia. Next, we have Mr. Sathit Kumran, President of the Ramakrishna Vedanta Association of Thailand. We have Mrs. Thin Pinat Thindaka, Deputy Chief of Mission Embassy of the Republic of the Union of Myanmar to the Kingdom of Cambodia. We have Mrs. Cesaltina Jimenez Belo Magno, First Secretary of the Embassy of the Democratic Republic of Timor-Leste to the Kingdom of Cambodia. I apologize for I am unable to introduce all the guests even though I want to because of the shortage of time, but I do ask for your understanding. Let us give all of our representatives and our guests one more big round of applause. So we will now begin this event. HWPL, Heavenly Culture, World Peace, and Restoration of Light, has been devoting so much of their effort and time in achieving world peace and cessation of war ever since its foundation in 2012. The effort we have put for many years is now beginning to bear results. Here is a short video clip of the development of HWPL's peace movement and growth so far. Let us watch this video together.
We are an international peace organization, a group of people who love the global community. We have come together in the noble cause of peace. We identify the causes of conflict and present a solution for peace. A peace movement that began the Republic of Korea, the world's only divided country, is drawing global attention to the Korean Peninsula. Bringing together peace-loving people around the world, HWPL has emerged as a peace NGO well regarded by the international community. With a determination to achieve a world without war, we proclaimed the Declaration of World Peace in 2013, and in the following year, agreements on practical ways to achieve peace were signed before the eyes of the world. After that, we proposed a solution for peace, the DPCW of provisions that can prevent conflicts and disputes, and sought ways to foster religious harmony that promotes a peaceful communication between religions. For children, leaders of the future, HWPL Peace Values Education is being implemented so that they can grow into citizens with the ideas and values of peace. We are leading the future to achieve the common goal of peace. We are HWPL. We are creating a new order for the world. After the tragic experiences of the First and Second World Wars, the world has made active movements towards peace, such as establishing the United Nations. But still, many factors of conflict are threatening such movements towards peace. Why is it necessary to draw up a new law? If the existing laws were already complete, it would be unnecessary to draft a new one. But since it is impossible to put an end to wars of this world with the existing laws, I ask you to develop an international legal instrument that can stand as law forever. For this reason, we prepared a document by which the international community can guarantee peace regardless of nationality, ethnicity, and race, and protect citizens' daily lives. The HWPL International Law Peace Committee, composed of renowned legal experts, completed a new declaration that can compensate for the weaknesses of current international law and cease wars based on the Declaration of World Peace. After proclaiming the 10 Articles and 38 Clauses of the Declaration of Peace and Cessation of War on March 14, 2016, advocacy activities are being undertaken worldwide to advocate the implementation of the DPCW. The Central American Parliament passed a resolution in support of the DPCW. With the support of the UN permanent representatives of 145 countries, the DPCW will be introduced to the UN in the form of a draft resolution. In Africa, a region desperate for peace, the legislative body of the African Union called the Pan-African Parliament signed a peace agreement with HWPL. Eswatini, Seychelles, and Comoros expressed support at the national level. Not only that, the International Center for Black Sea-Baltic Studies and Consensus Practices, which is composed of Eastern European leaders who played a role in the breakup of the Soviet Union, signed a peace agreement with HWPL. This laid the foundation for garnering Europe's support for the DPCW. They are also working for the peaceful unification of the Korean Peninsula, the world's only divided nation. They have gathered signatures in support of this cause from political, cultural, educational, and legal experts. With them who have found the clear solution for peace, the DPCW, and are making voluntary moves, we will change world history into peace. Religion is returning to its original role and restoring peace. Humanity has advanced along with religion, and religion is deeply related to areas such as politics, economy, philosophy, arts, and science. Consequently, religious conflicts are major obstacles to peace and account for a high percentage of wars today. For this reason, we established the World Alliance of Religion's Peace Office to resolve interfaith conflicts and restore religion to its original role. Here, standards for determining a trustworthy religious scripture are proposed and discussed to resolve the issue of religion, the biggest challenge of today. Currently, meetings are being held at 219 offices in 128 countries. The effort to promote religious harmony through the comparison of religious scriptures is regarded as an innovative initiative. According to the World Alliance of Religion's agreement that was signed at the 2014 World Peace Summit, religious leaders around the world are coming together as one for peace. We are also hosting religious peace camps so that youth around the world can grow into actors for peaceful conflict resolution. While participating in the camp, the youth learn the history of the world's religions and seek solutions to the fundamental causes of religious conflicts. For the realization of peace, we are bringing together the world's religious leaders for religions to stop conflicts and become one and enhancing understanding of religion through cultural exchanges. We are building peace that will last for future generations. As the saying goes, if your plan is for 100 years, educate children, and proper education can change the future. We are training peace educators who will plant the seed of peace in students and teach precious values to them so that future generations can create a happy future themselves. Peace education is provided with teaching materials that contain the values such as sanctity of life, loyalty and filial piety, and coexistence and sustainability. The teaching materials have been provided to HWPL peace academies around the world, and they are being used in accordance with the local education system. Several countries have already promised policy support for HWPL peace education, which nurtures future leaders with the values and spirit of peace. Through peace education, our children will grow into future peace ambassadors and protect peace permanently. The world is discussing, practicing, and witnessing peace. In September every year, peace-loving people from around the world come to Korea. The World Peace Summit, which is a global festival of peace, is well regarded as a systemically organized event, even when compared to other international conferences. The World Peace Summit is where the true love for humanity and spirit of peace are practiced. Here, anyone can experience peace firsthand. The World Peace Summit gave the Republic of Korea a new modifier, Republic of Peace. It is a grand festival of peace that enhances national prestige. Each year, HWPL's Family of Peace have in-depth discussions at the summit. They see the progress of each project, from the implementation of the DPCW to religious harmony to peace education, and check the future direction. Also, they are given the responsibility and role as peace ambassadors. To members of the HWPL Peace Advisory Council and those who have made outstanding contributions, Peace Awards are presented to encourage their further participation in peace activities. A global festival of peace, the World Peace Summit establishes a new benchmark for peace. The global family of peace communicate with each other. Keeping pace with the new era of peace opened by the heavens, we meet the global family of peace again today for world peace and cessation of war. Traveling the world tirelessly, HWPL has engaged in non-governmental diplomacy on its own without any national support. Wherever the peace delegation reached, people from all walks of life came together as one, transcending nationality, race, and religion. Influential leaders such as presidents, prime ministers, chief justices, and religious leaders around the world have become members of HWPL Peace Advisory Council, forming a strong network of peace. Also, journalists have become HWPL publicity ambassadors, taking the lead in reporting about our peace activities. The world is quickly becoming one with us for the common wish, peace. We are one! The world recognizes and remembers our achievements. The numerous peace activities that we have carried out influence places in need of peace. In recognition of such contributions, many awards and certificates have been presented from different countries. However, the true peace award that we want is peace being actually achieved on the earth. In places around the world, special days that are related to us are declared as HWPL Days, which all people celebrate as holidays of peace. Each year, January 24th is celebrated as the Mindanao Peace Agreement Day, May 25th as the Declaration of World Peace Day, and September 18th as the World Alliance of Religion Day. To commemorate the day on which promises were made for peace and cessation of war, the monument to the success of the World Peace Summit was erected. Many are voluntarily joining in to erect the monument in their respective countries. The world cities have become bases for HWPL's culture of peace, promoting peace, harmony, and development. Our peace efforts for the past several years were put together in a book and published in 2018. The book, The True Story of HWPL, contains ways to achieve global peace. It is placed in government agencies, university libraries, and national museums of different countries. Our peace movement transcends everything, and it is making remarkable achievements. Transcending nationality, race, and religion, we are moving towards the goal of realizing peace. With a belief that our efforts will decide the future of humanity, we are moving forward for a new era of peace that everyone is dreaming of. Peace is not a distant dream. If the hearts that love the earth and life come together as one, we can achieve peace with our hands. Do you love the earth and life? That love in your heart is the most definite answer for achieving peace. HWPL is the partner for achieving peace that you dream of.
Isn't that absolutely amazing? Let's give it up again for the development and the growth of HWPL. The progress HWPL has made in the past few years are truly amazing. There has been many peace organizations in the past, but none of them were able to make an impact on this earth as HWPL is doing right now. Turning a dream into reality, turning impossible to possible. Now, I am very excited to see what HWPL can accomplish in the future. Now we will have a congratulatory message. We will have Mr. Siddharto Danusubroto, Presidential Advisory Council from Indonesia, for a congratulatory message. Please welcome Mr. Danusubroto with a round of applause.
Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Chairman Lee, Excellencies, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, good afternoon, and may peace be upon us all. First of all, I would like to thank you for inviting me to this important event. My visit to Cambodia is very timely since Indonesia and Cambodia are celebrating the 60th anniversary by bilateral relation. Relation between maritime Nusantara and mainland Angkor Empire went back since time immemorial. Upon such solid bedrock, our modern founding fathers established a strong foundation for our bilateral relation. Ever since, Jakarta and Phnom Penh have become a binary keyword, which one reflect the spirit of nation in Asia and Africa towards their national independence. Several decades later, Jakarta and Phnom Penh also marched together in their endeavor. Through Jakarta informal meetings, I and the first and the second, and Paris Peace Accord 1993, as well as Indonesia participation in the United Nations Transitional Authority in Cambodia, UNTHC, through the deployment of its Garuda contingent of UN peacekeeping force to restore peace and rebuild national unity in Cambodia. Excellency, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, Indonesia cherishes the principle of national sovereignty, economic, self-sufficient, and cultural civility as the basic tenets of viable nationhood. Today, under the leadership of President Joko Widodo, those basic principles are now embodied in the national development agenda called the Nawacita. Nawacita does not only concern Indonesia, it also stipulates Indonesia's commitment to strengthen its role in global and regional fora, to build mutual understanding among civilizations, to advance democracy and world peace, to enhance South and South development cooperation, and to tackle global problems that threaten humanity. Now, as the non-permanent member of UN Security Council period 2019-2020, Indonesia strengthened its commitment to be a true partner of world peace. Excellency, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, to maintain peace at home, our government puts thoughts for key elements, namely, promoting tolerance, eradicating terrorism, countering violent extremism, and enchanting people welfare. In conclusion, allow me to underscore that peace and stability must be at the heart of the global sustainable development agenda. At this time, I am truly pleased to know HWPL, who works only for the end of war and for the peace of the world. I also sincerely welcome to discuss peace with Southeast Asian countries. Global prosperity must be upon peace, security, and development, as they are mutually reinforce each other. We must work together to bring forth and to maintain peace and security for the welfare of our people. I wish this meeting will produce fruitful results. Thank you. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Thank you so much, Mr. Siddhartho Dhanasubroto. Let's give him another warm round of applause. Next, we will welcome up Mr. Parlindungan Purba, Chairman of the second session of Regional Representative Council from Indonesia. He will give a speech regarding the importance of peace and cooperation in Southeast Asia for the 10 articles and 38 clauses of DPCW. So let us welcome up Mr. Parlindungan Purba with a loud round of applause.
Thank you very much. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Salam sejahtera bagi kita. Om Swastiastu, Namo Buddhaya. Mr. Ban Henry, the chairman of HWPL, distinguished guests and all peace messengers and all delegates coming here today. My name is Parlindungan Purba. I am the member of Regional Representative of Indonesia. Was very happy coming this wonderful events. I come from Indonesia, where the people around 260 million people and around 17,500 island. I feel honored to be here in front of prominent leaders in South Asia Peace Forum organized by HWPL. We know that HWPL has a quite reputation throughout the world for its peace activities. Now, it has become truly one of the most influential peace organizations in the world. It is playing the role of as a hub for connecting the whole world as one to accomplish everlasting peace. And I'm very happy here in Cambodia, where it's the first time we come here. So we give applause to Cambodia. World history notes that the world has never ever taken note of one point in time of peace are evenly distributed on the earth. There is peace on the place, but was conflict in other parts of the world regards to the same time. Nevertheless, we as human beings should continue to seek a substantial and lasting peace in the world. Even though we know that this approach is impossible, but at least we have tried to everything possible until the end of our time. Ladies and gentlemen, how can we achieve permanent peace? Today, we have a UN Charter and other legal instruments and crucial decisions due to keeping the peace in the world. UN Charter guarantees fundamental rights, human rights, and national sovereignty. But today, we still hear this and see various conflicts and wars occurring all around the world. So, can we achieve everlasting peace? Still, there is a hope. We have DPCW proclaimed by the HWPL as a serious attempt to strengthen international leader and to introduce a new era of sustainable peace. The DPCV has been prepared by HWPL International Law Peace Committee, and HWPL made it known to many political and religious leaders, influentials, individuals, and the public all over the world. Intensive activities significantly raise awareness of the need for action and to end the wars and bring peace to the whole humanity. The hope also comes from Indonesia. Indonesia experienced on its internal conflicts in Aceh, Sumatra, Maluku, and Ambon. These conflicts hurt Indonesian modern history because of the image of the unity of Bhinneka Tunggal Ika, which we nurtured since Indonesia independence 1945. Indonesia now is continuously trying to keep the peace among the thousands of troubles under the president of Jokowi, ethnic and various religions. But it is not easy. But armed with Bhinneka Tunggal Ika, unity in diversity, Indonesia is convinced to achieve the eternal peace and mandate by the Constitution. As one of the advocates of peace, I will urge the President and the government to support DPCV at the national level with Indonesia guests who came here with me. I hope Indonesia, as the largest country in Southeast Asia, could inspire other countries in the realization of peace. Ladies and gentlemen, in these days, all people are supporting DPCW and becoming peace messengers to join this campaign in goodwill to realize the spirit of DPCW in their respective fields, such as the legislate peace campaign and peace letter campaign. In addition, many intergovernment organizations such as the Pan-African Parliament and Central American Parliament are supporting DPCW by MOU and adoption. Their faith, accompanied by tangible actions, will bear the fruit of peace in the future. We are here today to discuss our roles to get the United Nations to accept the DPCW and to turn promise of peace into reality. In August 2019, HWPL already succeeded in receiving national support for DPCW from 3 countries. During this conference, we will establish a tangible and practical plan to increase the number of countries in support of DPCW. Distinguished guests and dear friends, we have a moral obligation to continue our work to promote peace and DPCW till final victory war. We are not only peace messengers, we must be peace creators as well. Like in my all previous speeches here, I shall conclude, let light win over darkness, let be peace. We are one and we shall win. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Mr. Purva. Let's give him another big warm round of applause. Through this work, through DPCW, we must become one, just as you have said. Now we will have Mr. Wong Hon Wai, a DAP member of the Parliament from Malaysia. He will address the necessity of international law to promote peace and human rights. Please welcome him to the stage with a warm round of applause.
Salam sejahtera. Good afternoon, everyone. 大家下午好. Distinguished guests, Chairman of HWPL, and all peace messengers. My name is Wong Hon Wai. I'm a member of Parliament of Bukit Bendera, which is called Penang Hill, from the state of Penang, Malaysia. Ladies and gentlemen, for the past century, we have seen so many armed conflicts and wars. In Asia, we have lost millions of lives during World War II, Vietnam War, Korean War, and civil wars in this region. Many are forced to migrate from their place of origins to a foreign land due to the war. Have we learned the lessons? To some extent, the answer is affirmative. We have restrained ourselves from armed conflicts by developing our diplomatic skills. In ancient China, Sun Tzu, in his famous book, The Art of War, has described the supreme art of war is to subdue the enemy without fighting. In Chinese, it's called 不战而屈人之兵. We often divided international law regarding the use of force by states into two broad categories: international law of peace and international law of war. Disputes between states are an inevitable part of international relations and have frequently led to armed conflicts. While the purpose of United Nations is to bring about by peaceful means and in conformity with the principle of justice and international law, adjustment or settlements of international disputes or situations which might lead to a breach of the peace. Ladies and gentlemen, under Article 2(3) of the United Nations Charters, all member states are obliged to settle their international dispute by peaceful means in such a manner that international peace and security and justice are not endangered. We have to continue to enhance our skills and thinking using diplomatic means of settling dispute between states, be it negotiation, mediation, inquiry, and conciliation. We have to continue to enhance our international judicial institutions, international courts, and tribunals to achieve a peaceful settlement of disputes between states. Ladies and gentlemen, we have to embrace globalization. We have to encourage our young generation to understand other cultures, civilization, and have broad international exposure. We have to take a cue from Miss Jodie Williams, who was awarded the Nobel Prize in 1997 for her contribution to the international ban of landmines. She achieved that ban not only without much government help, but in the fact of opposition from all the major powers. And what she said was her effort of organizing 1,000 different human rights and arms control groups on 6 continents by a secret weapon called emails. So we have every reason to be optimistic. The Berlin Wall fell in Berlin, Germany. But the Berlin Wall didn't just fall in Berlin. It fell east and west and north and south. Ladies and gentlemen, today, the bonus for peace is rapid social economic development. We see how Vietnam, our neighbors in South Asia, thrived after the end of Vietnam War and unification between the South and North. Globalization has happened in Vietnam with big global names investing in Vietnam and created jobs for the people. We also can get some idea from the book called Lexus and the Olive Tree by Thomas Friedman. When advanced civilization working hard to build a better car, to design a faster train, while the other half is locked in primordial struggles over who owns which olive tree, which tract of land. Could we do more to put in our focus to work on advancement of civilization, rather the destructive nature of war? Ladies and gentlemen, the primary school I attended have a World War II peace monument opposite the school. So every morning I will see the monument just right opposite my primary school. Over the years, I have visited many peace monuments, cemetery, former war zones, tunnels in parallel 37 of Korean Peninsula, monuments in Pearl Harbor, Hawaii, war museum, or I rather call them peace museum, in Hiroshima, Nanjing, Saigon, Hanoi, Seoul, Siem Reap, and I have sat in to observe the International Court of Justice proceedings in Arasu, Tanzania, for genocide case in Rwanda. Every time I travel to a new place, like today, we are here in Phnom Penh, I will do two things. One is to read the local newspaper, and also to visit a museum, local museum. This morning, I have visited Tuan's Land Museum this morning, and to see for myself the ugly face sides of the conflicts and war. I also read newspaper, today's newspaper, Khmer Times. Khmer Times, today's newspaper, it has carried out a news which is very interesting news. This Sunday, which is 24th of February 2019, has been declared as a National Mine Awareness Day for Cambodia. Cambodia has cleared more than 1,008 square meters of landmines for people to build houses, farmland, and public infrastructure. That's why Cambodia has recovered well from the conflicts and wars. And I pray that peace will be continued in this region, and let us concentrate to work on nation building and enjoying the fruit of peace. I believe that we have to enhance the international legal framework for peace and human rights. We have also to teach peace education to our high schools and university students. The young university students will have to learn international law of peace and human rights, whether they are from law, history, arts, diplomatic, or journalism, or even science background. Peace education should be an important curriculum in our schools and university. We have come together, ladies and gentlemen, for peace and human rights today. We want long-lasting peace in this region. Let us work together to spread the messages of peace and improve on our legal framework, and lastly, enjoy the fruit of long-lasting peace. Let us have a fruitful session this afternoon, and thank you very much for the opportunity. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Mr. Wong. Let's give him another warm round of applause. As he mentioned, it is absolutely correct. Countless lives were taken away through useless wars in Asia. That is why Chairman Lee of HWPL has came up with an answer to stop these conflicts, to prevent them, and to furthermore maintain the peace that it creates, which is DPCW. DPCW is introduced to the UN so that there can be an international legal framework compatible with the DPCW. If you love peace and if you believe in peace, please support it so the United Nations can adopt the DPCW. Next, we will have our keynote speakers. First, please welcome the General Director of IPYG, International Peace Youth Group, Mr. Young Min Chung.
Distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, greetings. I'm Young Min Chung, General Director of the International Peace Youth Group, IPYG. The IPYG is working with youth around the world, with 851 youth organizations from 111 nations. And we are working with youth to realize peace in this world. First of all, I would like to thank all the leaders who participate in this valuable event. This forum is prepared to realize the DPCW, a solution for global peace. So I would like to introduce the DPCW first. The DPCW consists of 10 articles and 38 clauses. Articles 1 to 5 emphasize on conflict prevention. Articles 6 to 7 emphasize on conflict resolution, and Articles 8 to 10 on ways of maintaining a peaceful world. Unlike the existing international legal instrument, the DPSW is an integrated solution that includes measures to prevent conflict and principles to resolve any kinds of conflict according to the order of international community. Also, it has ways to maintain a peaceful world once it's built through peace education, media, religious harmony, and civil societies, so on. Also, it emphasized the necessity to reform principal organs for conflict resolution, such as the United Nations Security Council and International Court of Justice. For this reason, many leaders are calling the DPSW as a solution for peace. And they are cooperating to introduce the DPSW to the United Nations in the form of a draft resolution. The Pan-African Parliament, which is the legislative body of the African Union, consisting of 55 nations, signed an MOU with HWPL and showed their support for the DPCW. And the International Center for Black Sea, Baltic Studies and Consensus Practices, which is composed of former heads of Eastern European countries, recently also signed an MOU with HWPL to show their support for the DPCW. And Caribbean Communities, or CARICOM, they also recognize the importance of the DPSW and show their support. And last year, when Mr. Man-Hee Lee visited United Nations, 145 UN ambassadors and 600 United Nations experts gathered together to listen to his speech and show their support for the DPCW. As such, the DPSW is expanding its base of support in Africa, Latin America, and Europe, and recently Pacific Islands a few days ago. And today's forum is a valuable opportunity to build a network of cooperation with the countries of the Southeast Asia. Another point I want to make is that many leaders say those who can change a country and international communities are citizens. This is because a country belongs to its citizens, and the world is made up of global citizens. The DPSW is supported not only at the national level, but also global citizens. It has been less than only 3 years since it was proclaimed. However, more than 700,000 citizens from 176 nations signed in support of DPCW, and more than 500 advocacy events were held in 74 nations to support DPCW. As such, the DPSW is supported at the national level and loved by global citizens. It has established itself as an undeniable answer for world peace and is making its own way towards United Nations right now. At this point, there is something I really want to say to the national leaders of the Southeast Asia. Nations of Southeast Asia are facing many challenges to develop, from developing countries to the advanced nations. And in order to achieve the development, peace should be established in this region as a basic need. Peace is prior to any other factors for development, such as sufficient funds, abundant natural resources. Peace should be built, and the methods is legal foundation to ensure the sustainable development. And the solution is what you're seeing right now, the DPCW 10 articles and 38 clauses. If the Southeast Asian leaders all send your support to DPCW and show your support to your head of state and all the nations, a world of peace will definitely be achieved. Then Southeast Asia will become proud and advanced nations. The future is in our hands. That is how valuable this work is. Please see its importance in yourself and join to support the DPCW. And especially following March 14th, the third anniversary commemoration of DPCW, youth, religious leaders, and NGO leaders, and all sectors, including women, are planning to write letters to the heads of states and the heads of states of the world to show their support for the DPCW. If you all join this work and this movement, and if you all join our hands and work together, we can change the Southeast Asia and the whole world as well, because we are one. Thank you very much.
Yes, thank you so much for your speech once again. Let's give him a warm round of applause. DPCW will truly be acknowledged by the world. Now I would like to introduce our next keynote speaker, a mother's heart that goes a long way. Let's introduce the representative of IWPG, Ms. Hyun-Suk Yoon.
영어 잘 들리시나요?
영화는 동남아시아 지도자 여러분, 그리고 미래를 이끌어갈 주인공이신 청년 여러분, 반갑습니다. 저는 대한민국에서 온 IWPG 대표 윤현숙입니다. 인류의 평화와 안전을 위해 국민을 사랑하는 마음으로 일하시는 여러분들을 만나 뵙게 되어 영광입니다. IWPG는 어머니의 마음으로 전란에서 자녀를 지키고 후대에 평화의 세계를 유산으로 물려주기 위해 HWPL과 한 뜻을 가지고 협력하여 일하고 있습니다. IWPG는 전 세계 100여 개의 지부와 240여 개의 협력 단체가 있으며 UN DGC와 에코속에 등록되어 있습니다. HWPL 이 대표님과 여성 그룹과 청년 그룹이 함께 동행하는 평화의 사절단은 지금까지 30차에 달하는 세계 평화 순방을 통해 발걸음이 닿지 않은 곳이 없을 정도로 전 세계 곳곳을 방문했습니다. 그리고 HWPL의 이 대표님은 90이 가까운 연세에도 불구하고 목숨도 아끼지 않으시고 지구촌의 주인처럼 일해오셨습니다. 제가 살고 있는 대한민국은 예부터 수많은 전쟁이 있어왔고 70년 전 한국 전쟁 때는 400만의 국민이 죽었습니다. 저는 전쟁을 겪지는 않았지만 우리 선조들의 역사가 전쟁의 참혹함을 말해주고 있고 많은 영상과 사진을 통해서 그 비참함을 고스란히 느껴왔습니다. 그렇기에 평화가 더욱더 간절하고 소중했습니다. 이곳에 와보니 동남아시아 여러 국가들도 평화가 가장 소중하고 필요하고 그 어느 나라보다도 평화를 더욱 염원하는 국민성을 지닌 것 같습니다. 아직도 전 세계 곳곳은 전쟁의 아픔을 겪고 있으며 평화라는 말을 거론하기에는 어려운 나라들이 많이 있습니다. 하지만 30차례에 달하는 세계 평화 순방을 통해 이 대표님의 발걸음이 머무는 곳마다 평화를 열망하는 마음이 넘쳐났고 평화의 나팔 소리가 전 세계에 울려 퍼지고 있습니다. 여러분, 평화를 이루어 간다는 것이 결코 쉬운 일이 아님을 우리는 잘 알고 있습니다. 하지만 이 대표님이야말로 이 시대에 평화를 이루라고 하늘이 보내주신 평화의 사자이시며 이 대표님에게는 평화를 이루어 갈 수 있는 확실한 답이 있습니다. 그 해답은 바로 2016년에 HWPL이 선포한 지구촌 전쟁 종식 평화 선언문입니다. DPCW는 10조 38항으로 구성되어 있고 현존하는 국제법의 문제점을 완벽하게 보완하여 발발 이전부터 전쟁의 가능성을 차단하고 평화를 영구적으로 지속 가능하도록 만드는 것을 목표로 하고 있습니다. HWPL의 이 대표님은 하늘이 주신 명령과 지혜를 가지고 일생을 바치면서 전쟁 종식 평화를 위해 일해 오셨습니다. 지구촌 본래의 모습을 회복하고 평화를 이룰 수 있는 가장 확실한 해답인 DPCW는 이 대표님과 국제적인 법률 전문가들이 협력하여 만든 것입니다. 각국의 전현직 대통령과 장관, 대법원장, 각국의 UN 대사, 종교인들까지 모두가 하나 되어 지지하고 있으며 여기에 전 세계 37억의 여성들과 청년들이 힘을 합쳐 촉구한다면 내가 사는 이 시대에 전쟁을 종식시키고 평화를 이루어 후대의 아름다운 유산으로 물려줄 수 있을 것을 저는 확신합니다. 존경하는 동남아시아 지도자 여러분, HWPL 이 대표님이 제시하시는 확실한 평화의 답인 DPCW 10조 38항이 구속력 있는 법으로 제정될 수 있도록 동의해 주시고 주변의 각국 대통령께도 촉구해 주시기를 부탁드리겠습니다. 여러분, 생각이 바뀌면 문화를 바꾸고 문화가 바뀌면 세상의 운명을 바꿀 수 있습니다.
I believe that if our
평화의
thoughts are
의식을
changed,
일깨우고
culture could be changed.
평화
And
문화를
if
우리의
culture
손으로
is changed,
만들어
we
갑시다.
can change our destiny.
그리고
Let us
전쟁과 분쟁으로부터
make
자녀를
meditate
지키고
about peace
후대의 평화의
and make
세계를
the
유산으로
culture of
물려주시다.
and let us
이
all
시간
free
평화의
our
행보를
children from wars
목격한
and conflicts
여러분은
and give this
세계 평화의
peaceful
증인이며
war to the
평화의
our future
사자이십니다.
generation as a legacy.
전쟁 종식을 위한 새로운 기준이 되는
You are
국제법을
the peace
제정하는
messengers
것은
and the witness
모든
of world
인류가
peace.
원하는 것이기 때문에
Since all the
이곳에
humanity wants
함께한
to
저와
establish a new law
여러분은 모든 인류에게
cessation
가장
of war and world
존경받는
peace,
리더로
I
영원히
believe that you
기록될
and I, all
것입니다.
of us, will be remembered in
우리 모두
history as a
하나가
respected
되어 전쟁을
leader for humanity.
종식하고 영원한
Let us
평화의
all
세상을
work together in
만듭시다.
order to achieve peace
We
in this
are
world
one.
and to
감사합니다.
achieve a cessation of wars. We are one. Thank you.
Yes, thank you so much. We definitely are one. Let's give her another warm round of applause. Now, for the last speaker of the day,
네, 오늘 마지막 발제
HWPL and the work of world peace has begun with this very individual. He is the one that will never stop working until we have peace in every corner of
HWPL의
this
이만희
world.
대표님
He is a Korean
모시겠습니다.
war veteran
HWPL의
and a
이만희
peace
대표님은
messenger who has
평화의
proclaimed
사자로서
the Declaration of World Peace, the
DPCW를
Declaration of Unification, and the
만드셨으며
DPCW. Chairman Lee's
또 전 세계
peace movement
리더들과
is well
협력하고
structured
있습니다.
and practical. Peace is
실용적이고
here, and it is
실현
right
가능한
before our
법안입니다.
eyes. Let us now welcome him up
다시 한번
for
이만희 대표님을
the speech. Chairman Man-hee
큰
Lee.
소리로 다시 한번 큰 박수 부탁드립니다. Greetings. My name is Man-hee Lee, the chairman of HWPL who came from South Korea.
여러분들의 발제 너무나 좋았습니다.
I really enjoyed your speech.
저는
I,
오늘
today,
여러분들에게 아주 강력히 부탁을 드리고
I want to ask you a very strong favor.
이 세상에 문화가 발전되고
As cultures grow
과학이 발전됐습니다.
and as science grow and improve, however,
그 과학이 인류 세계를 위협하고 있지
that science
않습니까?
is actually threatening
그러나
the safeguard of the world.
인류 세계가 바라고 원하는 것은
But what
평화입니다.
mankind want is peace.
이 평화마저 위협을 받고 있습니다.
But this peace is also being threatened right now.
어떤 종교 서적에 기록되어 있는 것을
It is
본다면은
when you see a religious scripture,
평화를 이루라고
it says that you have to fulfill peace and achieve peace.
그리고 성자 예수 나와서
Jesus,
또 예루살렘에 들어가서 평화를
went inside Jerusalem and talked about peace.
그런데 그 이렇게 십자가를 지어 돌려보냈다고 합니다.
But they only returned him by crucifying him.
그러나 다시 와서 평화를 이룰 것을 약속을 했다.
However, he promised about fulfilling peace again.
우리는 누구의 말에 의존하기 이전에
So before depending on somebody else's word,
위해서는 지구촌에 사는 현 이 시대의 모든 분들이
all the people living at this time have to make sure to work hard for peace, right?
누가 갖다 준다고 기다릴 일이
It's not something that's going to happen if you're just waiting.
우리는 종교 세계를 놓고 본다면
When you look at the religious world,
80%가 종교로 인해서 전쟁이
all the war happens because 80% of the war happens because of religion.
사회가 이렇게 했다고 본다 할때 빛과 소금이 되어야 할
Religion that has to become the salt and the light is actually, that is actually the truth.
그럼 이렇게 보고만 있었어야
So,
되느냐는
should he just stay still by watching at it only?
그렇게 한두루 이제는 전쟁을 이 지구촌에 종결짓고
We have to make sure to end war in this world. And we have to achieve peace and leave this peace as an inheritance to the future generation.
권력이나 힘이나 물질이나 이러한 데만 우리는 정신을 쏟을 것이 아니라
We should not just spend it on the materialistic good,
이제는 인류 세계가 영원하도록
but we have to make sure
땅에 전쟁이 종식돼야
that this
하겠고
becomes eternal,
평화가 이루어져야 할 것입니다.
that there has to be peace,
어떤 권력이나 물질보다도 평화를 이루어 후대에
and we have to make sure to leave peace as a future inheritance.
그만인 것입니다.
This is what we have to do.
여러분들도 잘 아는 바와 같이
Just as you know well,
이 지구촌에는
in this world,
수많은 인재들도 왔고 정치인들도 왔습니다.
there are many politicians,
종교도 왔습니다.
there also religions came.
무엇이 달라졌습니까?
However, what kind of changes were there?
평화가 이루어졌습니까?
Was peace fulfilled?
날로 전쟁은 더 심해졌고
Always there was war.
분쟁은 더 심해졌고
Conflicts grew stronger.
지구촌까지 위험을 받을 정도의
And
현실이 되고 말지 않았습니까?
Earth eventually also became threatened by it.
보고만 있어야 하겠습니까?
Should we just stay still by it?
오늘날까지 지구촌에
Until today,
전쟁을 종식짓고 평화를 이룰 만한 답을 내놓지는 못했습니다.
no one was able to provide an answer that could end war and start peace.
싸우고
It was just corruption, fighting.
여기서 지나지 않았습니다.
It was never ever.
지금은 달랐습니다.
But now is different.
하늘은 인류를 그냥 보고만
The heaven just does not let mankind alone. It will give us the answer on how to fulfill peace, and it will tell us to fulfill peace. Just as you saw, there is women's group and there is youth group. I'm talking to you about what is the ingredient that will fulfill peace.
이 사람들이 자기들을 지킨다면은
If
자녀들을
the women's group women were able to keep their children, if the youth were able to keep their position, then peace would have been fulfilled. And this would not be happening. I also think that this might be an answer that can end war.
전쟁을 종식짓고 평화를 이룰 수 있는 하나의 답이 생겼습니다.
There is now an answer on how to end war and achieve peace.
지구촌의 모든 정치인들,
All the politicians.
지식인들에게 묻고 싶습니다.
I want to ask them,
이것으로 전쟁에 도말되지 않는다고 하신 분이 있다면 이것은 이러해서 전쟁에 도말 않는다고 말해놔야죠.
you have to make sure to tell me how war is going to stop. If you say that war is going to stop, even if there is an answer how to stop war, but you're not interested in it, then can you really call them a true politician? What are you waiting for? Aren't you waiting for war?
전쟁을 도말할 수 있고 평화가 이루어질 수 있는 답이 있는데도
If there is an answer to peace and ending war,
말이 안 됩니다.
and you're just staying still, that does not make sense.
나라와 분별을 사랑하나 모든 지도자님께서
So every leader that loves their nation and country and people,
이제는 실천에 옮겨 가야
they have
합니다.
to make sure to act according to it.
이 사람은 이 지구촌을 몇 바퀴나 돌았습니다.
I have traveled around the world many times.
평화를 마다하는 사람 한 사람도 없었습니다.
However, there was no one who rejected peace.
전쟁을 좋아하는 사람도
There is no one who
없었습니다.
liked peace, liked
이것이
war.
지구촌 모든 가족들의 원하는 일이 아니냐 이
Isn't this
말입니다.
what all the family members of the world want?
각국 지도자님께서는
Then I hope that
무엇을
all the
원하시는
leaders,
것이겠습니까?
what should we change?
국민이 원하는 나라가 원하는 일을 해야 하죠.
We have to make sure to do the work that the people want, what the nation wants.
전쟁을 정리해주고 평화를 이룰 수 있는 이 답을 가지고
And with the answer to end war and start peace, we have to cease all war,
이루어지도록 해야 할 것입니다.
and we must achieve peace, right? Isn't this right?
수많은 학생들,
All the
수많은
students,
청년들,
all the youth,
수많은 여성들이
all the women.
얼마나 많은 편지를 각국에다 보냈습니다.
Do you know how many letters they sent to each nation?
천장, 만장 얼마나 많이 보냈습니까?
1,000, 10,000s of letters.
왜 잠자고 있습니까?
Why do you just stay still?
전쟁하고 싶어서 그런 것입니까?
Is it that you want war?
그래서는 없습니다.
That cannot happen.
전쟁은 이제는 그만해야 됩니다.
We should stop war.
또 전쟁이 시작된다면
And-
인류는 멸망을 가져오기 쉽습니다. 그렇지 않습니까? 우리가 눈으로 보고 있지 않습니까?
Aren't we seeing these things?
이래서는 안 된다고
We should
봅니다.
not do this anymore.
그래서 이제는
Now-
이 답이 나와 있으니
Now that there is an answer, now that there is an answer,
이것을 가지고
we have to use this.
이거는 조금 있으면 유엔에 상정될 것입니다.
And if there are more people gathered, it'll be legislated to UN.
투표에 붙일 것입니다.
We will put this on a vote.
그렇다면 3분의 2 이상이 여기에 오케이 돼야만이
Then the UN,
통과될 것입니다.
as they say, okay, it'll become
이
legislated.
작업을 해야죠.
We have to do this way, right?
그래서 이러한 모든 것을 각국의 대통령께서
That's why
합해서 만들어야 하면서
I hope that all the presidents of each nation can work together to make this happen.
이것을 가지고 이제 평화 세계를 이루지 않는다면 말이 안 될 것입니다.
And if you're not fulfilling the word of peace without even this, that does not make sense.
이것을 손편지로 보내가면서라도 이렇게 해야 된다.
And you have to make sure to write letter, handwritten letter.
대통령들
All the former and current presidents,
다 만나봤습니다.
I have met many of them.
똑같은 생각입니다.
They all have the same thought.
예. 또 현재 대통령은 또 대다수 만났습니다.
And I also met the current presidents. They also have the same thought, and
한 자리에 모여서
we all gather one place.
이제 이거 속해 평화 세계를 이루도록 해야 한다고 봅니다.
And I think that we should really fulfill this world of peace.
않는다고 봅니다. 그렇지 않습니까? 얼마나 이러 각 나라 입법부에서는
And not only this,
국회의원님들 말입니다.
the legislation of one nation,
이어서 이대로 실천하자.
they say that we have to act according to it.
국민을 대신해서 정치로 나가고 있지 않습니까?
Aren't you doing politics on behalf of all the people?
해야죠.
Then you have to do it then.
상권이 있다 할지도 국회가 먼저입니다. 국회에서 먼저 법을 만드는 거 아닙니까?
The legislative branch are the ones who make the law first.
그래서 우리 DBC적으로 10조 38항을 놓고
So with this 10 articles and 38 clauses of DPCW, we have to make this happen. We have to do this. But just like you're waiting for something, that does not make sense. We have to do this now. There is an answer now. Isn't that right?
오늘날까지
Until today,
파란 청년
many
다
youth
같은 세상에 태어나서
were all born into this
어떤
world.
기대를 피해보지 못하고
And they were not able to even blossom.
겨울날에서
They all
희생되는데
died in the wars.
정치가 보상했습니까?
The politics compensated. Tell me,
그 나라 법이 보상했습니까?
did the law of that nation
한
compensate that debt?
사람도 하지 못했지 않습니까? 얼마나 억울합니까?
How unfortunate is this?
그렇습니다. 이제는 두 번 다시 이러한 길로 가서는 안 됩니다.
We should not take this path ever again.
세상 생긴 이후 세상 생긴 이후
Ever since the world was created,
평화를 이룰 수 있는 답, 전쟁을 종식할 수 있는 이 답은 처음으로 나오지 않았습니까?
there was never. It was the first time where an answer to achieve peace and ending war came out.
이곳은 방방곡곡
I have
발 디디지 않은 곳
traveled around the world.
돌아다니시나 외쳤습니다.
There's not a place that I have not put
뭘
a
가지고요?
foot set on, and I proclaimed, I called
평화를
out
이룰 수 있는 답을 가지고 말입니다.
with the answer to achieve peace.
아마 어느 나라를 만나하고 정치인들이 이 소식을 듣지 못한 분은 없을 것입니다.
I'm pretty sure that no politician in any nation did
국제법
not hear
개정
this.
10조 38항
DPCW, 10 articles and 38 clauses.
그렇다면 결정이 나야 됩니다.
Then if that is the case, then there has to be a decision.
그래야 합니다. 이것이 정치 아닙니까?
Isn't that politics?
죽음이 아닌 죽음에서 삶으로 가는 정치 아닙니까?
It is the politics that leads one from death to life. This is what we have to do.
모든 학생도 각국 청년들도
All
많은
students
사람이 가마 갈수록
and
더 일어설 것입니다.
They will now stand up
꼭
for it.
그래야 하겠습니까?
And this,
이런 지식이 있는 각국 지도자님들이 이것을 해결해 나가도록 이제는 노력해 주셔야 합니다.
each leaders of the nation have to work hard to resolve this. This is what
얼마나
they have to
많은
do.
일이 있습니까?
How many works?
여기에 각국 지도자들이 해야 할 일 아닙니까?
Isn't that the work that
여러분들은
each
이 생각하십니까?
leaders have to do?
전쟁 조치 평화를 이루는 것은 각국 지도자님들께서 해야 할
To
일이
end war
아닙니까?
and to
그러함에도
start peace is
불구하고
what
얼마나
responsibility
많은
of each
사람들이
leader.
외치고 이렇게 노력하고 있습니까? 이를 본다 할지라도
And if you see this,
그래야 한다고 봅니다.
I believe that you have to do this.
그래야 합니다. 사람은 보세요.
Look at a person.
같은 사람입니다.
Everybody is one person.
뭐
Everybody
눈이
is the
하나
same
더
person.
있기나 귀가 하나 더 있는 사람은 없습니다.
It's not like one person has
똑같은
additional eye or ear.
그렇지 않습니까?
Isn't that right?
이러한 것을 안다면
If you know this,
이제는 더 연장시키지 말고
then
이제는
rather than
모든
just procrastinating,
지도자님께서 해야 합니다.
we have to now do this now.
저 아프리카에서도
In Africa,
55개 나라
the 55 nations,
국회의장님들이
all the
다 여기서 지지하고
leaders of the Senate, they all supported this.
MOU 맺어가면서
And they all created MOU with this.
유엔에서도 갖고 유엔 다섯들이 다 그렇게
And also representatives in UN also agreed upon this.
이곳에 오기 전에
Before I came here,
각국에서도
in the
현장에 모여서
nations of
다
Pacific Islands, they also agreed upon
누구
this.
차례겠습니까?
Whose turn is it now?
각국의 지도자님들의 책임입니다.
It is the responsibility of each leaders of the nation.
해서 십자가에 못 박아서 내쫓아야 하겠습니까?
Should we just crucify that person just because they're teaching about peace?
그럴 수는 없습니다.
This cannot
해야
happen.
합니다.
Now we have to do.
그러면은
Then,
국회에서도 이러한 사실을 알고 있기에
now the
여기에
legislative
대한
branch knows about
이론을
this.
해야 되죠.
They have to now discuss about
보고만
this together.
있고 세월만 보려고 있어서는 아니 됩니다.
They should not just spend time and
누가
waste their
봐도
time.
국회의원입니까?
Who is the right
국민의
senator?
예? 그러면 국민의 뜻을 받아줘야죠.
They have to make sure to accept the will of the people.
받아줘야 합니다.
They have to accept the will of the
여러분들
people.
전쟁을 얼마나 해봤습니까?
How much war were you?
이 사람은
I
우리나라 동족 비극 전쟁 최전방
I was in the front line of the Korean War, which was the tragedy of our people.
보면은 어디 말로 표현할 수가 있겠습니까?
I cannot describe it in words.
이러한 사실을
This fact, this
기가
truth.
망고회의 1주년 때에 어디에 가서 모여서 회의를 했나 하면은
Where did I gather?
왜 공동모지가
I went
했습니까?
to-
왜 공동모지 말입니다.
I went to the seminary of
거기에 누워 있는
UN.
청년들은 나와 같이 최전선에 피나게 싸워서
All the youth were sacrificed in that war in the front line.
그래서 거기에 갔겠습니다.
I went there.
그래서 하나님의 중요성 평화를 이룰 수 있는 이 답을
This answer to
지키기에
peace.
이 사람은 그처로부터
Because this is given by heaven.
인류 세계를 돌면서
That's why
외쳐왔습니다.
I went around the world and I
이제는 답이
proclaimed.
나왔으니
Now that there's an answer,
모든 지도자님께서
all the leaders
이것을 가지고 이대로 평화를 이루어야 합니다.
have to now use this answer to achieve peace. What do you have to do now?
이것은 모두 다 투표에 붙여서
We have to now put this on a vote.
여기에 국회 사인해야 합니다.
And we have to make sure to sign on it.
여기서는 옛날의 국제법이 아니라
This is not
이것으로서는
an older version.
존서질 수 없으니
International law.
굉장히 존재될 수 있는 국제법을 만들어서
We have to make sure to create an international law that can actually seize war. And we have to seize war and achieve peace.
아무리 권세나 벌을 자녀들에게 태워줬다고 해서 잘 사는 건 아닙니다.
Does not mean that we live well just because you invest a lot of money in people.
없는 평화 세계를 만들어 유산을 남기는 이것이 우리들이 할 일이다. 이렇게 보는
To create a world
것입니다.
of peace is what we have to do today.
여러분들은 이 사람보다도 모든 지식이나 경험이 더 많은 분이 있습니다. 얼마든지 할 수 있다고 봅니다. 꼭
People with a lot of money,
부탁합니다.
and I do, influence than I do. And I hope that you're able to do this. Thank you.
Chairman Ronnie Lee. Let's give another warm round of applause.
다시 한번 큰 박수로 감사의 박수를.
Yes. I know I felt the passion and his heart within his speech, and I hope all of you did as well. As he has said, nobody wants war. Nobody desires war. Everybody wants world peace. But nobody had the answers until now. The very answers that Chairman Lee and HWPL has provided us, the 10 articles and the 38 clauses of DPCW, this is what will make the dream of world peace into reality. Now, honorable guests, we will now have a signing ceremony to show our hearts to the world that we desire world peace as well. If you look before you, there are 2 letters before you. These letters support DPCW and also the unification of the Korean Peninsula, which is the only divided nation in the world today. Chairman of HWPL, Mr. Man-hee Lee, was truly traveling the world endlessly to make this known to the world. And now it is our job as leaders to show this and embed this into our lives and in our actions, in our daily lives. Now, please join us in ending war and in achieving world peace by signing the supporting letter for DPCW. Please also support the peaceful unification of the Korean Peninsula. Once again, the only divided nation in the world. When there is peaceful unification of Korean Peninsula, we can realize that true world peace is at hand. So once again, please show your support by signing the 2 supporting letters at this moment. And everyone else, let's give them a round of applause as our leaders take one step closer to world peace. Let's keep it going. Come on, let's give them a round of applause. They're doing this for us. Showing the world that we as the leaders desire peace as well for our generation and the generations to come. Once again, let's give them another warm round of applause. These signing of the letters may just be ink on a paper today, but truly this is one large step forward into making DPCW a part of the United Nations to make it a reality for us today. As they continue to sign, let's give them another warm round of applause. Come on, everybody, they're doing this for us. Let's show our support too, come on. Now, writing another page and leaving, making history to remember this day, we will now take a group photo with the very signatures and the letters which we have just written. So please, if we can hold them up so that we can all take the photos together. If you can hold them up in front of us, please do not cover your beautiful faces. We want to see your faces. So once again, as the leaders are taking a step for us, let's give them a warm round of applause. Let's give them a warm round of applause. Once again, making history for world peace. I would like to now introduce something very, very special for today. Now, unfortunately, the sad truth is, the biggest victims of war are the youth. The youth has gathered to protect themselves from wars. And this is the work which we know of all as IPYG, the International Peace Youth Group. There are 815 affiliates in 111 countries having peace campaigns through what we call peace letters. To further explain the peace letters, what they are and what they do, we have prepared a brief video regarding the explanation of peace letters. So at this moment, let us watch the short video of the peace letters.
Và Việt Nam đã trải qua nỗi đau của thời kỳ chiến tranh để không còn trải qua nỗi đau chiến tranh thêm nữa. Hy vọng các nhà lãnh đạo tôn giáo sẽ thống nhất được kinh thư và hy vọng các nhà chính trị cũng như các tổng thống có thể ủng hộ cho HWPL.
Sila melindungi keamanan negara dan masa depan golongan belia melalui DPCW.
Please protect the peace in our country and the future of youth through DPCW.
សូមរក្សាសន្តិភាពក្នុងប្រទេសរបស់ពួកយើងហើយនឹងអនាគតរបស់យុវជនរបស់យើងតាមរយៈអង្គការ DPCW
I hope you all enjoyed that short video regarding peace letters. Now, the peace letter movement has caught a lot of attention and is growing very, very rapidly. There are cases where youth have delivered their peace messages and letters to 24 heads of states all around the world. For example, like Prime Minister Mahathir bin Mohamad from Malaysia, President Zelchko Kamzik, and also current President Sefek Dazavrak from Bosnia, President Cyril Ramaphosa from South Africa, President Haje Jingob from Namibia, and President Moon Jae-in from South Korea. The number of peace letters collected only in the nation of South Korea in the last 6 months is over 158,000 peace letters. The power of HWPL comes from the people, especially from the youth who strive and desire the peace more than anyone else in this world. So now at this moment, we would like to welcome up Mr. Ki Vesna, the president of the ALA Cambodia, to read a peace letter on behalf of the other 8 countries. Please welcome him to the stage with a big and a warm round of applause.
To high-ranking official, good afternoon. My name is Visnaki, a youth of Kingdom of Cambodia. It is a great honor to take this opportunity to read a peace letter on behalf of the young people of Cambodia wishing for peace. But before I read the letter, I would like to ask you one question. What is your hope? As citizens of the Kingdom of Cambodia, our hope lies in our people having a peaceful and happy life. Cambodia has experienced many wars in its long history, and at a recent occasion, people went through Pol Pot era and suffered from coercion and violence. Cambodia, where I live now, is peaceful because it emphasized the value of peace through the constitution. But until now, I remember many young people who went to war and lost their blood, and our countrymen fought each other. And this is a deep scar that belongs to us. Family are separated, mother constantly losing their children, and children must be careful to avoid landmines on their way to school. So this is the war of grief, despair, violence, that is a war that should never happen again. We want to work for Cambodia and live happily, peacefully in our country. But what would happen if there was a war? According to the National Policy on Development of Cambodian Youth, 1/3 of the country population is youth, aged between 15 to 30. If war breaks out, our young people are likely to serve our military, fighting in war, and with their life. Peace is not the only absence of war, but also people's life with harmony, dignity, and well-respected rights. However, peace has to begin with the absence of war. And for this reason, I support the Declaration of Peace and Cessation of War, DPCW, which international experts from all over the world gathered and created with the hope that its practicality content will bring about sustainable peace on this earth. Its 10 articles and 38 clauses detail the specific provision for preventing and ending wars, maintaining peace, and realizing complete peace in the global community. Also, as it is impossible to attain peace through war, the DPCW emphasized the resolution of conflict through the International Court of Justice and the Security Council in the enhancement of their status. I have never seen or imagined such a professional and perfect tool for peace like this. I think we as the youth of Kingdom of Cambodia are obligated to protect our country with peace because the DPCW is a tool through which we can fulfill our responsibility to our beloved country. We will therefore support it with all our heart and effort in order to make this DPCW a legally binding document that can be implemented here. I believe that the DPCW will not only prevent all threats and conflicts and allow us to move to the truly peaceful country, but also bring about global peace. As a youth born in Cambodia, I ask that you who spearheaded the peace process through the Paris Peace Agreement will do his best for peace throughout the world. I would like to thank you who's working to safeguard peace in Cambodia. I also believe that you will do your best to maintaining peace with exchange of dialogue and tolerance, which prevent war and conflict in the future. Your Excellencies, who are here right now, I sincerely hope that you write on the letter ahead of you, support DPCW with a desire for peace. You are the father and the leader of young people in your countries. Your letter will encourage the young people in Cambodia and around the world who aspire for peace. Your support for the DPCW will make the future full of peace and not full of war, and the world will remember you. As I believe and support you, I hope you also support DCW. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Kai Vesna. Let's give him another warm round of applause. Yes, as he said, DPCW is the answer. And more than anyone is it the leaders who must implement it and truly show it within our actions. Because as leaders of the world, you are those who have the power and the influence of many others. So at this time, I would like to take this opportunity to welcome up His Excellency, Chin Malin, Cambodia, Under-Secretary of State, Ministry, and Justice, and also the Vice President of Cambodian Human Rights Committee, to read the next letter. Let's welcome him up with a warm round of applause.
Chairman Lee, Excellency, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, my dear Cambodian Jews. My name is Chin Malin. I am the Under Secretary of State of Ministry of Justice and Vice President of Cambodian Human Rights Committees. Here, I'm very much thankful for making the effort to write me about a very important global issue, peace. I was delighted to hear from a youth manifesting her passion for world peace. It reveals your compassion for mankind and desire to see and make the world a better place. It is very clear that as the people and nations of the sixth development, we should all know that the foundation for development is peace. We cannot talk about development when there's no peace. So to make the world a better place, we must have peace. Peace is the foundation of all kinds of human rights and development of all nations. From Cambodian experience, this year marked the 40th year anniversary of Cambodia liberation from genocidal Pol Pot regime. It was a regime under which human rights of all Cambodians, including the right to life, were totally deprived. The Paris Peace Accord of 1991 ended the decade-long civil wars of attrition in Cambodia. However, it was not until 1998 that the full peace came to prevail all over the country under the win-win policies of Prime Minister Somdech Hun Sen. With this full peace comes development. Economically speaking, Cambodia previously perceived as an economically underdeveloped country, mired in poverty and food insecurity, is now a food exporting country, one of the fastest growing economy in the world, and a great performer in terms of poverty reduction and improvement of social indicators. When peace is based on this, the nation develop and people can maintain a human life. Mr. Lee of HWPL has touched the most basic and valuable peace beyond the environment, circumstance, and race and culture of nation. I therefore truly admire and share your admirations for Chairman Manhili and admirations and appreciation through the HWPL DPCW concept. Your volunteerism, like so many youth across the world, that a quest has commenced to ensure that we have a peaceful world and bright future for our youth. As such, I want to assure you that I will encourage all the top leadership of my institution and do my best to convince the top leadership of other institutions in Cambodia to embrace peace for our generation and the next generation. I pray you continue to remain strong in this quest of making sure that peace is achieved by all and mankind as their fundamental human rights. I therefore want to reassure you of my forever commitment for national and global peace for a better tomorrow. I wish you all the best. Thank you.
Yes, thank you so much. Let's give him another warm round of applause. Thank you, thank you. So now we will have a very heart-moving event. We will ask 20 of our young adults representatives to come forward and to stand before the VIPs on the front line. So as they come out now, please line up in front of the very VIPs in front. And while they're coming out, let's give them a big round of applause. Come on. So at this moment, as we just saw the peace letters, we will now take the peace letters written by the youth as you have it in the table in front of you, and we will now reply to them. Now some of us may ask, what do I write? It's very simple. Just what is in your heart. So once again, at this moment, let's take a brief few minutes. And the audience as well, please everyone participate in this event. You all received papers as you entered in as well. So at this moment, let's have 3 to 4 minutes to write a reply to the very youth and the future generation of peace. Let us begin. Let's begin with a warm round of applause. Let's give them a warm round of applause, everyone. Testing, testing. Yes. Once we are now finished, let's give them another couple minutes. And once again, I would like to ask the audience as well, if you can write something very short. And please do not take these with you. Please leave them, as they will be collected and they will be given to the very representatives of your state and country. Once again, the peace letters is truly making a movement and a growth all over the world. Yes, truly a beautiful moment. Delivering to the future generations a promise of peace. No greater gift than that. So once we are finished, I would like to ask the VIPs to please rise and then deliver the peace letters back to the very youth. And while doing so, please also take the badge that we have and give it to them as a promise of peace for the future. Yes, may I ask all the VIPs to please rise? Deliver them the promise. Let's continue to give them a warm round of applause, everyone. Now we will have a special photo ceremony. If we can ask the youth to please go and stand behind the very VIP of your letters. At this moment, please stand behind the VIP. If I may ask the youth to please stand behind the VIPs so we can have this photo ceremony. On 3, we say, world peace. Ready, everyone? Group photo. On 3. And look at the camera in the front. 1, 2, 3. World peace! Truly a beautiful moment in history. Yes, we will now continue. If I may ask the youth to please return to your seats. If I may ask the youth to please return to your seats, we will now continue on. Now we will be watching a very special performance that holds a deep meaning regarding DPCW and the influence peace letters will have on the implementation of it. We look forward to the moment that DPCW is submitted to the UN, to the United Nations, through peace letters from youth group members and supporting letters from the government officials. Let us do the magic by gathering our hearts at this moment. Please allow us to introduce the youth group members representing each of the 8 countries of Southeast Asia at this very moment. So beginning, let us welcome up Cambodia! Let's welcome up Cambodia with a big round of applause. Come on everyone, Cambodia! Next we have Indonesia! Let's welcome up Indonesia! Big round of applause everyone! Now we have Malaysia! Let's welcome up Malaysia! Let's give it a big round of applause, everyone! Thailand! All the way from Thailand! Big round of applause for Thailand! East Timor! Let's give it up for East Timor! Big round of applause for East Timor. Come on, everyone. Now we have Myanmar. Let's give it up for Myanmar. Big round of applause for Myanmar. Give it up for Vietnam. Let's give it up for Vietnam, everyone. Nice and loud. And last but not least, we have Singapore. Big round of applause for Singapore. We have the 8 countries of Southeast Asia at this moment working together for world peace. Now at this moment, I would like to welcome up Chairman Lee. Let's welcome him up with a big round of applause. As he is coming on the stage, he will be given the last and the final piece. Let's give him a warm round of applause, everyone. Come on. Let's give him a big round of applause, everyone. Woo! The power of peace letters. Implementing DPCW to the United Nations. This is a dream. This is a dream come true. Now at this moment, we'll take a short couple seconds for a few photos. Victory! The sign of victory. Okay, so now we can ask the youth to please step off the stage. Now members of the HWPL Peace Advisory Council will be entrusted by Chairman Lee. 192 adversary members of 170 branches of HWPL have contributed greatly to our peace policy and peace initiatives. Let us now at this moment please welcome to the stage Mr. Siddhartho Dhanasubroto. Let's welcome him up with a big round of applause. So now it will be a ceremony of an award to Mr. Siddhartho Dhanasubroto. Let's give him a warm round of applause, everyone. And now we will welcome up Mr. Palindagan Puruda, Chairman of the second session of the Regional Representative Council of Indonesia. Let's welcome him up with a big round of applause. Mr. Siddhartho and Mr. Palindagan have been entrusted as an HWPL Advisory Council member. Next, HWPL Publicity Ambassadors will be entrusted. Currently, 556 publicity ambassadors are promoting the fruits of HWPL peace activities. At this moment, let us welcome up the President of ILA Cambodia, Mr. Ki Vesna. Let's welcome him up with a big round of applause. Yes, thank you so much. Ladies and gentlemen, today, 8 countries of Southeast Asia have gotten together for a time of cooperation and leap transcending race, culture, and borders. And the leaders of the countries have supported the DPCW, the answer to peace, and shared the vision for the peaceful unification of the Korean Peninsula and the realization for peace. Now, to end this great event, we would like to finish it off with an entire group photo. At this time, we will ask the photographer to come up, and we will take a total of 2 photos. First, we will do all together with a big smile. We're gonna say, world peace. Everyone got it? So once again, on 3, 1, 2, 3, world peace. Big smile, everyone, big smile. Last one, we're gonna take one more photo, and this time, just as 8 countries got together as one, we're gonna say, we are one. There we go, everyone, hold it up for the picture, hold it up. Through this event, feels like we really did become one. So to conclude today's session, once again, we would like to thank every single person who participated in this event. Everybody wants peace, and now we have the answer. It is no longer a dream, but now it is reality. We will have a banquet dinner party shortly. All the guests, please follow our staffs to the banquet area. Please leave your translation devices and the signed signatures letters on the seat and follow the instructions. We will say goodbye for now, but once again, we thank you for your support and your participation. Let's finish this great event off with a big round of applause for world peace. Thank you, everybody. Thank you. As Chairman Lee exits the venue, let us all rise to say goodbye. Let's give him a big round of applause. Let's give him a big round of applause to show our hearts, to show our gratitude. Let's continue. Give him a big round of applause. Let's give him a big round of applause as he exits the venue. And once again, everyone, thank you so much for your participation and your cooperation. I hope you guys enjoy the rest of it.